Sicilian defense, Taimanov, Bastrikov variation, 6.b3 a 6-7.b2 b5. Giveaway. One player was winning, but then gave it away. Black got the better of white in that game. Both players had an amazing opening. Black found some nice moves in the middle game. The players battled pretty evenly in the end game. Sharp games are frequently the result of starting with the king's pawn, since it dominates the center and frees up the bishop and queen on the light squares. The c-pawn in the Sicilian defense controls the d4 square. Nf3 moves the knight toward the center in anticipation of a pawn push on d4, where it will be ready to retake the piece if black captures on d4. The dark squared bishop has a fresh opening created by e6, and the queen has a new diagonal created by e6. d4 offers to trade the more important central d4 pawn for the c5 pawn in exchange for more control of the center and quick development. Cx d4 gives black two central pawns versus one central pawn for white. Nx d4 recaptures the pawn and activates the knight in return for having one central pawn versus black's two central pawns. Nc6 challenges the knight on d4 and controls the e5 square. Nc3 defends the e4 pawn and puts more pressure on the d5 square. Qc7 defends the knight on c6 and controls the important d6 and e5 squares. b2 develops the bishop and prepares castling. a6 prepares the b5 pawn push and stops the white pieces from coming to b5. b3 develops the bishop toward the center and protects the knight on d4. b5 prepares to develop the bishop with bb7 and possibly to attack the c3 knight with b5 b4. It is the last book move. That's fine. It is good. This develops a bishop off its starting square, getting it into the action. This threatens to kick a knight. It is best. The best choice is this one. It is ideal. Very precise. It is best. Castling gets the king to a safer square, out of the center of the board, while also developing a rook. Castling kingside tends to be safer because the king is further from the center. It is best. This wins a tempo by threatening a bishop and forcing it to move away. It is best. This defends the attacked pawn. It is best. This misses an opportunity to pin a knight to the king. It is an inaccuracy. This poses a threat to strike a knight. It is incorrect. What I would have advised is that. It is ideal. This blocks an attack on a vulnerable pawn. This threatens to kick a knight. It is excellent. This ignores a better way to develop a bishop off its starting square. It is an inaccuracy. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. It is best. Backs off. It is ideal. This develops a queen off its starting square, getting it into the action. This threatens to kick a knight. It is good. Now that the rooks can see one another, they can defend one another. It is quite good. A pawn kicks the opposing knight, forcing it to move or risk being captured. It is ideal. The knight is thus brought to safety. It is ideal. This is not the right idea. It is an inaccuracy. This offers an equal trade of pieces. This is the only good move. It is a great move. The knight that was attacking is now gone. It is ideal. This is the only move that works. It is best. This makes a passed pawn, meaning no opposing pawn can challenge it on its way to promotion. This is the only good move. It is a great move. This avoids the pawn's check. It is ideal. A pawn that was being attacked and had no defenses is now protected by this. It is ideal. The knight is now on a square that is more secure. It is ideal. This defends the attacked pawn. This is the only move that works. It is a great move. This develops a rook off its starting square, getting it into the action. It is good. This activates a rook by developing it off of its starting square. This is the only good move. It is a great move. This loses a chance to imply that winning a pawn is possible. It is incorrect. There was only one good move in that position. This permits the opponent to win a tempo by threatening a queen. It is a miss. This misses a chance to threaten a queen and gain tempo. It falls flat. There was only one good move there. This permits the opponent to kick a knight. It is a miss. This misses a chance to trample a knight. It falls flat. This is the only move that works. This stops the opponent from being able to kick a knight. It is a great move. This poses a threat to strike a knight. It is ideal. As a result, the bishop may now control more squares because it is in a better position. That's good. This ignores an opportunity to kick a knight. It is an inaccuracy. This threatens to force eventual checkmate. Only one move worked there, and this wasn't it? This misses a better way to defend a pawn that was under attack. It is a mistake. This is the only move that works. This threatens to win a knight. This stops the opponent from being able to win a pawn. It is a great move. This is an equal trade. This is the only good move. This stops the opponent from being able to win a knight. It is a great move. Recaptures. It is ideal. By elevating it to the 7th rank, this poses a threat of activating a rook. It is ideal. This defends the attacked pawn. This threatens to kick a knight. This prevents the opponent from being able to activate a rook by getting it to the 7th rank. It is best. Perfectly on point. It is ideal. This misses an opportunity to win a rook. It is a miss. There was only one good move in that position. It is a miss. This is the only good move. It is a great move. That leaves a knight vulnerable to being captured. This threatens to fork pieces. It is a blunder. This takes down a knight who is helpless. It is ideal. Backs off. It is ideal. This poses a risk of winning a pawn. It is incorrect. This removes a queen that was threatening to win material. It is best. This reveals an attack that poses a threat to a rook. It is ideal. This is the start of the endgame and white is losing. It is best. Recaptures. It is ideal. This divides up parts by launching multiple attacks at once. It is ideal. It's compelled. This takes an open file, a common method for activating a rook. It is best. This places a rook on the 7th rank, activating the rook and restricting the opponent's king. This is the only move that works. This threatens to force eventual checkmate. It is a great move. This threatens to push a passed pawn towards promotion. This stops the opponent from being able to win a rook. It is best. This makes it impossible for the adversary to advance a passed pawn. It is ideal. This threatens to push a passed pawn towards promotion. This allows the opponent to push a passed pawn towards promotion. It is an inaccuracy. The passed pawn moves towards its goal. This stops the opponent from being able to push a passed pawn towards promotion. It is best. This threatens to push a passed pawn towards promotion. It is best. This is the only good move. This prevents the opponent from being able to push a passed pawn towards promotion. It is a great move. This comes in several sections. It is quite good. This steps away from the checking rook. This is the only move that works. It is a great move. The best choice is this one. It is ideal. Very precise. It is best. This avoids the rook's check. It is ideal. What I would have advised is that. It is ideal. That's a decent move. That's good. This ignores an opportunity to use a rook to counter a passed pawn. This allows the opponent to activate the king by getting it off of the back rank. It is a mistake. This misses a chance to make a pawn-winning threat. It is incorrect. A pawn that was being attacked and had no defenses is now protected by this. It is ideal. Among the best actions. It is quite good. This keeps the material balance in check with good commerce. It is quite good. Perfectly on point. It is ideal. The best choice is this one. It is ideal. That's not a mistake, but it's not the best move either. It is good. Giveaway one player was winning, but then gave it away. Black got the better of white in that game. Both players had an amazing opening. Black found some nice moves in the middle game. The players battled pretty evenly in the end game. This threatens to play checkmate. It is best. Giveaway one player was winning, but then gave it away. Black got the better of white in that game. Both players had an amazing opening. Black found some nice moves in the middle game. The players battled pretty evenly in the end game.